Hello, everybody. A pleasant day to each and every one of you. And whether it's a good morning, it's a good afternoon, or a good evening, I still like to communicate a pleasant day to each and every one of you. The year and almost a year and a half that we have been on lockdown because of this pandemic has really brought about a lot of challenges. But at the same time, there's also taken an opportunity to present ways of coping up. And so this is a global phenomenon, a global problem. And at the end of the day, each and every person should be responsible for his own health. The way I have taught people to cope up with this global pandemic is that you have to keep your immune system up. It's not only about a strong immune system, but it is really about a smart and resilient immune system. And so how do you do that? First thing, it starts with your diet. I think inevitably people will have to take a look at what they're eating, what they're putting inside their body. Obviously, the first thing that I would like to focus on is this something which is within the capacity of every individual to respond to. And what is that? Cut down on your sugar. So essentially, it's about cutting down the sugar in your diet, the cane sugar, or perhaps the high fructose corn syrup, which is present in many cereals and drinks. And that really spikes up your hormone called insulin. And the way we have taught people, especially those who are vulnerable to the COVID infection, are those who are hypertensive, those who are obese, those who are battling with with their weight and sugar, is really to keep down your sugar. And if you are going to talk about sugar, it includes not only the sugar that you put in your drinks or even candies or something of the sort, but also your refined carbohydrates. And guess what? Among Filipinos, it's really eating a lot of white rice. And for those of us who are also lovers of bread, including your white bread, both of them essentially behave like sugar that within a few minutes after eating and swallowing your piece of bread or morsels of rice, it's going to spike up your blood sugar. So by cutting down on your refined sugar and eating more and more of your vegetables and some selected fruits, you're going to already cut down on your sugar, and this will improve your metabolic outcomes. And of course, the other thing that I would like to say about that is take in a lot more of healthy fats. Examples of these are virgin coconut oil and virgin olive oil. And of course, there is also a need for you to more moderately increase your proteins in your diet, healthy fish, poultry, and some selected meat. And then the next thing that I would like to emphasize is that you should probably provide yourself with strong supplements. I realize that people have missed an opportunity to pick up the right supplements because the kind of diet that we eat matters a lot. But more than that, there has been already a problem with the quality of the food, including from the soil that where the trees and vegetables and fruits are planted. The quality has suffered. So you really need to supplement. And among the things that I have actually recommended during these times is really increase your intake of vitamin D3, which of course, in sunny Philippines, you probably have an abundance, but we have to resort to that, exposing yourself to the sun, but at the same time, making sure that you take your own supplement of vitamin D3, vitamin C, and of course, your zinc. And then, of course, when it comes to increasing the capacity of your body to defend itself, there's a supplement, a natural substance called quercetin that I would like to add up to zinc, and that actually helps your immunity. And of course, there are others, the water-soluble vitamins, as well as your fat-soluble vitamins. And of course, don't forget your omega-3 fatty acids, which is actually from saltwater fishes. So essentially, those are some of the take-home. And finally, what I would like to do is you have your choices of supplements, but make sure that when you choose your supplements, it should be in the form of natural, organic, and no preservatives. And at the same time, making sure that you remove from your, within your vicinity, including the food that you eat, are substances that carry with them toxicity. Plastics, even the water bottles that we drink from are actually notorious for bringing in toxicants in our body systems, and ultimately, it will actually have an impact on your health. And so, those are just some of the simple recommendations and guidelines that I would like to do, and that is as far as your diet is concerned. So, two other items: lifestyle. Make sure that you have adequate sleep, and also keep moving around. You don't have to be an athlete to be moving around, whether it's aerobic or it's resistance exercises. I think you have to include that in your routine, in your regular routine. And finally, make sure that you clean up the environment about the toxicants, the chemicals. And there are many or even thousands of toxicants out there that we have to learn how to remove from ourselves, including from the food that we eat. So I think essentially that is where my advice of how to cope up with this. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be as simple. And at the end of the day, it matters a lot that you understand how you boost your immune system.